Is there anything that could happen with him indictment-wise that would say, all right, maybe this disqualifies him for president?
Not for me. I'm with him to the finish.
All right, thank you so much.
He could stand on the front steps of the White House and commit murder, and I'm with him.
But should you be? These people are very enthusiastic about supporting someone who's a murderer. I suspect, I don't know that individual, I'm not gonna speak for that guy, but I think some of the people saying they would support him if he were to murder someone aren't so much saying they would support him if he were to murder someone, but kind of like the idea of supporting him if he were to murder someone. They seem very comfortable with it. But anyway, Michael asked a follow-up to that guy, so let's get a little bit more from that gentleman and then we'll discuss.
Explain that to me. That's amazing. I mean,
look, he's the only man we've ever had in my lifetime that stood for America as president. Now, I was a George Herbert Walker Bush man and all that, but they don't anybody compare to Donald Trump. He loves this country, and that's why I love him.
We had somebody earlier tell us that if Trump was standing on the steps of the White House and murdered someone, he'd still vote for him. Same with you?
Mm-hmm.
How come?
I don't know. I like Trump. He just got something about him.
I don't think it's true. But even if he is, I just have that much respect for him and his love for America and him wanting to make it great again that I would still vote. Absolutely.
I don't believe it for a second. He may do a few things, and yeah, he might like women. What man don't? But there's all kinds of things that he might do. But is he going to go against the country? No, he's already proven for 4 years he can do the job. So put the man there that can do the job.
Look, I like that these Trump fans were willing to talk to someone that they probably suspected was not a big fan of Trump or whatever, but he likes women. What man don't? Yeah, but look again, it's not about this individual because I don't know, maybe she's not a Christian or whatever. Maybe she doesn't use the Bible as a bludgeon against people she disagrees with, but I don't know, how you like women kind of matters to a lot of Christians. I believe traditionally they believe that cheating is a bad thing, I think. Some of the comments about your daughter and stuff, they generally frowned upon in my experience. And then you get into he'll make America great again. Nobody had a good response to that. None of them knew what to say. He loves America is about as specific as most of these people are willing to get. And they're doing their best. Life is complex. I'm not begrudging them that it's difficult to have, a mastery of all different areas of policy or whatever. But when you combine having no ability to really explain why it is that they support a guy, and then also saying that you're willing to support him regardless of how many crimes he commits, and indeed, even if you see him murder someone, then that makes me worry. That makes me worry. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, behind closed doors, the answer to the rest of that question, the real answer is he supports white America. He supports an America there has a lot of subtext, and we're on the precipice of the 4th of July, and that truly means he supports white supremacist patriarchy, and that's what we believe. He doesn't believe in equality, and that's good. We preferred it when Black Americans were subjugated, right? Hey, maybe Jim Crow was good. Maybe we roll back desegregation. Maybe we just keep going. Who knows with this Supreme Court? That is the subtext, and that's what they're going for. And look, the fact that they all supported, oh, I liked Herbert Walker Bush, I like George W. But no, it is Trump is the only president who was like, you know what? I'm gonna swallow all the dog whistles and then shoot them out my butt right at your face. That is what he did as president, and guess what? It won. And instead of drawing a line, the Republican Party was like, I think we'll go with the full-blown racism because we're losing our grip on power. We've completely rigged the system in minority rule favor, in rich white guy favor, and we're still losing, and we can't even win, honestly. So we'll take away the ability for people to vote, whatnot, purge some rolls, do voter suppression, and then we'll run just a Klansman without the hood. And that is exactly what that is. So I keep on saying it. Y'all can still be racist without Donald Trump, but you know what? No one does it quite like Trump does, do they?
Yeah, that's why none of the others are able to break through. I don't actually wish this, but I hypothetically wish that I could mind meld with them, like in Star Trek, and really understand how do you watch the last 7 years, 8 years, 50 years? How many years has it been? It's been a long time. And come away thinking of all of the politicians, the one that loves the country is Trump. He loves America in some ill-defined, definition or whatever. Not himself. He doesn't care about himself. He doesn't want attention and praise and money and to be able to get away with doing literally anything he wants with no consequences. He would never do any of that stuff. That would be selfish, and he's not selfish. He loves America. I don't understand how you could possibly, even if you like Donald Trump, I would prefer that you like him honestly for what he actually is. A guy who is generally there to feed you red meat, horrible, racist, transphobic, Islamophobic, misogynistic red meat, while delivering for the wealthy and corporations, and then implying that at least in a symbolic way, he will raise you and people like you back to the top of the hill again. Now, he's not doing that because he loves America. He's doing that because he loves power, and he thinks the way that he can get power is by getting enough of you people who he definitely thinks of as rubes and yokels to vote for him. But you could still support that. Why do you have to make up a fake version of him? I don't support Bernie because he's a cuddly teddy bear. Like you don't actually have to disconnect yourself from reality. Anyway, final thoughts before we move on.
No, I think you're absolutely right. It's a bucket of crabs in this country, sadly, and especially for white Americans who believe that if they can elect someone who will undo any kind of racial equality, then they win, even if it's just the ability to, I don't know, keep a job for an extra month. Again, we got to remember, guys, it's the 99% versus the 1%. It's not black versus white. It's not anything else. And if we can call our relatives this 4th of July, maybe who are of that mindset, and remind them that the corporations are the real enemies, that'd be helpful, y'all.
100%. I don't know how many days we have until we get back to a period where there is a significant real hope that a progressive will be in charge. We've had that several times over the last decade. I don't know when it's gonna come again. We're not getting it in this race. I don't know what could possibly happen between then and the next race that we would have it, but I want that. I want the conversation to be driven by someone who actually cares about what's happening and has real solutions to fixing real problems.
We're gonna get into that.
I wish we could just fast forward to that. We're gonna get into that when?
No, we're gonna get into that later because I think actually, it's relevant to what we just saw. We're in really dangerous territory, John. I mean, we make fun of Trump's rallies, but I think the last 4 days, 5 days have proven that if Biden doesn't change his tune real quick, we're effed.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm eager to have that conversation. And in fact, I think I now know what you're referring to there, and we will be talking about that. For now, though, thank you to Michael Shure. By the way, other interviews will be going up at Rebel HQ. You should be subscribed to Rebel HQ, and you get to see a whole lot more where that came from.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.